Bullying is an issue that can affect any child, but from talking to parents, we know that children with special educational needs and disabilities can be more vulnerable. We know that not all parents are actually able to be there at the school gate to pick up or drop off their child. That could be for a number of reasons. It could be work related, or it could be to do with how the child gets to school, for example, transport provision.
I have a parent with a child at the minute, and she works the same as we do in education, so we email. So we drop a line.
So in this episode, we wanted to look at alternative ways to keep in touch with the school, to monitor any bullying issues if you aren't able to have regular face-to-face time with the teacher.
So if we drop a line to each other email-wise, she lets me know if there's anything at home. I just email her back. So that's a quick way for us to do that communication, because his organisation is not enough for a home school book, which would be our first protocol, I guess, is that link between in a book. But not everybody's literate enough to cope with that, and some children certainly aren't able to cope with getting that book home.
To gather these tips, we spoke to Helen and Samantha.
Hi, my name is Helen Namby. I'm currently the deputy head in a small school where I'm also the Senko.
Helen is a deputy head and Senko in a mainstream primary school, and over the last 20 years has worked in large and smaller school settings.
And I worked with some Year 7 children in Canada.
My name is Samantha Griffiths. I'm the head teacher at the same school that Helen works in. Helen's my deputy.
Samantha has worked in large and small primary schools over 20 years, as well as community schools. She's also acted as a consultant for the borough
and worked with schools that have demanded intensive support.
We phone call, don't we, and speak
and
to
also
people on the phone.
I would be prepared as the head teacher, and I'd also expect from my senior members of the team that they would be prepared to stay late if that parent couldn't meet with us, because the children ultimately are they're our priority, aren't they?
If a parent wasn't able to meet with the school within regular school hours, how could they go about getting a meeting outside of those times?
We're pretty flexible, and we'd work as much as we could. I mean, I've had very early morning meetings with parents before they, 7:30 appointments, lunchtime appointments. If I could meet them closer, certainly around anything around bullying, because I think we all appreciate the impact that may have had on any one of us, but certainly can have on our children. There's a lot more flexibility, I think, than sometimes parents think or believe. If you ask, that quite
I think
often,
that's part of it, isn't
if
it?
you
To have
ask, the
that
school's
conversation.
quite often wanting to work with you and quickly, because they'll want to solve this as quickly as you do, really.
And if they do have concerns, who should they speak to?
I think because all schools are very different, and so in our school you could probably have direct access to me as the head on a daily basis. I'm there all the time, so it's either going to be me as the head or my deputy head or Helen in her role as Senko. But schools are going to operate differently, so quite often you are not going to be dealing directly with either a senior leader or the head teacher. So you might want to think about going to someone more senior if you're not totally satisfied, and you're certainly that your child's still upset about what's going on at school and still feeling bullied. Don't hesitate to say this hasn't been solved, because sometimes we can think, yes, this has been solved, but actually when you refer back to the child or the parent, that it hasn't been quite seen right through to the end, to completion, if you like, to make sure that all children involved in it and families involved in it are satisfied that it's the end. And also on your website as well, every school now should be clearly advertising their anti-bullying policy and their complaints procedure as well. So if you're not entirely satisfied, you could look at the anti-bullying policy, and that can inform the way that you might then complain to the school.
Thanks for listening today. We hope you enjoyed this Contact a Family podcast. For more information on supporting your child through bullying issues, visit our website at www.cafamily.org.uk/bullying. And if you'd like to speak to one of our parent advisors, you can call our free helpline on 0808 808 3555. And that's open from Mondays to Fridays from 9:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. Contact a Family is a member of the SEND anti-bullying programme led by the Anti-Bullying Alliance. And for more information, you can visit www.anti-bullyingalliance.org.uk.